Hello everybody, I'm Ravyn and welcome back to Ravyn Reads. This time we are doing The Taming of Coyote. Now, something interesting about this particular story is that it's the fourth novel I've actually written, but it is the second to be published. The Midnight Selkie was actually the second novel that I wrote, but it is the fourth publication. So let's start off with the blurb for this particular book. What would you think if everyone told you that coyotes were like the boogeyman? For Sonia, that is a claim she has heard her entire life. Her village of Tern is said to be cursed by an angry forest spirit that uses coyotes to exact its revenge. For as long as she could remember, coyotes had been seen as deadly demons. But the free-spirited child had barely ever even seen one during her playful days in the woods, let alone in the village. This all changed one day when a coyote made an appearance on her farm. From that moment, Sonia finds herself thrown into controversy that eventually leads her coming face to face with the very devil her village has feared for so long. What he tells her, though, will change everything that Sonia has ever known and believed about the village of Tern. I would have to say that this particular story is rated T. I think it's okay for teenagers, 14 and up, if they are into this particular type of story. It is a dark fantasy, and this is actually the first book I had with two distinct covers. The original cover was printing so dark no matter how much I tried to lighten it. So it actually has a paperback cover and an ebook cover. The original cover is now the ebook cover because the ebook version is an image that looks more like it was intended to look. The initial sketch of Coyote and Sonia on the front cover were done as a base sketch by my friend RJ Gonzalez, and I painted over the sketch and did a background and designed the rest of the cover. As for the paperback cover, I had actually sent copies of my books that I had at the time, which was The Taming of Coyote through the Karasu collection, I believe. And I had sent those books to a friend named Diana Wyatt, and she actually did the artwork for the paperback cover. I actually didn't ask specifically for that. All I asked in return for the books was that she give it a review, an honest review, of course, and, you know, for laughs, I'm like, and give me some fan art. So she actually sent me the image as fan art, and I just particularly really liked it, and I liked how light and visible it was. So I asked her if it was okay to use this image as the paperback cover so that there would be a more visible alternative to my paperbacks. And she agreed, so I went and I made sure that she was credited for that particular cover, and I went ahead and redid the design around it. So that is why it has two covers. So yes, both are actually the official covers. It just depends on what you get. Ebook has the original one, and the paperback has the newer, lighter one. Funny thing about this particular story is I had actually been inspired to do it due to watching a lot of the Beetlejuice cartoon. It's funny, nobody really sees it, but I had actually gotten the idea for Coyote from the cartoon version of Beetlejuice, and it just kind of grew from there. The actual land that they're on is never really specified, so it could be considered, alternative real world or just its own world. It's not really specified. I also drew on some Celtic inspiration as well as some Nordic Viking inspiration. I kind of put a little bit of everything together. Plus, I also have some American folklore in there as well. A lot of Native American tribes have stories of the mischievous coyote. It was actually a very fun novel to write, and I was really leery at first about some of the topics, but I have since become a whole lot more comfortable with it, and I actually like how it's put together. And before we go on, you can check out my website, which is going to be in the description. And you can actually order yourself a paperback or ebook copy of The Taming of Coyote. And you can follow along, or you can, listen to a few chapters and decide to pick it up if you like it, or you can just listen, and if you like the story, go ahead and pick it up. I do ask that for those who do listen and those who do read, to leave a review on Amazon or Goodreads or so forth. Go ahead and give an honest review. Let's see, let me know if you liked it, and let me know, what you liked about it and what you didn't like about it, and so forth. You never know. I might learn something from your input. So without further ado, I suppose we should just go ahead and get right into this. This is The Taming of Coyote.